Oh, one thing that's happened that I figured we could talk about is have you been following the casting news for that Superman Legacy
Oh yeah,
movie?
they got that. Oh, it was Sweat something. That guy's.
Yeah. Uh, how do you? I believe it's like David Corn Sweat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know exactly how you spell it.
It's not a great name.
And then Rachel Brosnahan. I don't. As far as David Cornsweet, I don't think I've seen him in everything, so he's a totally unknown for me, which is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I didn't really know Henry Cavill until Superman, and
Okay.
he was awesome. Rachel Brosnahan, I've seen her I know she was in Westworld a little bit, which I watched, and I saw a few episodes of Marvelous Miss Maisel. I never really got into it, but she seemed like a capable actress, and they certainly looked the part. So
Yeah, I haven't heard of her in a long time. Like, I remember she was really popular like a few years ago, maybe like 6 years ago or something.
well, that Miss Maisel show is a hit. I just never really
She's like
got
a big
into it.
character on it.
Yeah, she's like the lead.
Oh, is she? Oh,
She's
okay.
Miss Maisel,
Oh, okay. Yeah, then she's definitely doing something.
and I think she may have. If she didn't win awards for that show, I think she was at least nominated. So she's been doing big stuff as far. But the thing that so they just announced like other castings, and so Isabella Merced, I'm probably mispronouncing all these. She's going to be Hot Girl. Edie Gathegi is going to be Mr. Terrific, and Nathan Fillion is going to be Guy Gardner, which actually I think he's a great choice for Guy Gardner.
Who's Guy Gardner?
He's the Green Lantern that's kind of a asshole.
Yeah, actually, he would be a great pick for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. My thing is, like, I'm sure all these actors are good, but it does worry me that they're putting so many side characters in the Superman movie.
Yeah.
Where I'm just kind of like, it's the first movie out of the gate. I think I'd rather them keep it simple and just tell me a Superman story, because I feel like it's gonna feel overcrowded. Because they're either gonna have to put these characters in there without giving us much backstory on them, and then it's just like, only us that are in the comics are going to really know who these characters are. And general audiences are going to be kind of like not invested, or it's going to be that thing where they do give us some backstory, but then that's going to detract from Superman's story. So like, oh, and they also announced, I don't know the guy's name, but like the little bald guy that plays on the HBO series Barry, he's going to be Metamorpho, another DC character. And I'm like, I got nothing against these characters. I just worry that like they're overstuffing this movie with like extraneous characters.
I trust James Gunn. The Suicide Squad movie they did, it had a lot of characters in it too, but it was good.
At least like 17 of them died in the first scene. One of which was Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, right. The arm guy.
Which makes me wonder, continuity wise. Like I said, like I would prefer them to do a clean like reboot, but then it's like, well, he was already a character, so like if they're continuing from that universe, which
I don't know if that's going to be part of it. Is it? I don't know.
it's all up in the air. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like Nathan Fillion so much that I don't mind him being another character in the DC universe. I'm okay with it.
I mean, I don't mind it, but at some point, if you're going to have a shared universe, I think you got to be careful about doing that kind of stuff.
For sure. Yeah, it's just, I guess we're going to find out if this is the starting point of a new universe or what's going on exactly. So.
I mean, I think the strength of a shared universe is you do get this wide array of characters, and they can, go in and out of other people's stories.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just like when you're just coming out of the gate, your first movie out of the gate, and there's just like side character, side character, side character. It seems a little much. I mean, but like you said, like the Guardians, I think one of the strengths of the Guardians movies is that even though there is a lot of character, like there is a good balance where all of them get some good moments, character moments, and that's why those movies work as well as they do. So like, I don't, I think James Gunn can pull it off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I think simplicity out of the gate might be a good thing.
So you and I see this differently. I am excited about that because to me it means the future they could develop these cool, intricate storylines with these different people that we've already kind of seen. We've got little, we've been introduced to them. Like I think what DC did wrong the first time when they tried to boot this DCU was they didn't introduce these people early enough. So now we'll have like a grounded like understanding of, okay, these people are out there. Oh, maybe this person interacts with Batman, or maybe this person interacts with somebody else, or we can see all the moving parts like from the beginning. So I think it could be really good.
I just question because like I wonder if the plan is like, oh, some of these characters are never going to have their own solo movie, but we can at least build them up to where people will care about them no matter what movie they
Yeah.
show up in, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. We could be looking at.
I mean, because I don't see, like, nothing against Metamorpho, he's a fine character, but I don't see them ever doing, and I don't think I would even want a solo Metamorpho movie.
Who is Metamorpho?
So he's this character that eventually Rex Mason is his like regular thing, and he works for Stag Industries, Simon Stagg, which is kind of like a almost like a rich, evil Lex Luthor type character, and he's like always in love with like Stag's daughter. I think her name's like Sapphire. Anyway, he ends up getting in this accident, which turns him. He almost seems like the DC's version of the Thing, where he gets turned into like this monstrous looking guy. He's like 4 different colors, like his arms one color, his legs another color. Like, but his gimmick is, I believe, he can like change himself into like almost any element.
Oh, cool.
So of like the periodic table or whatever.
Does he have to like? There's a Marvel character who has to touch that element before he can turn into it. Is this like that, or?
I don't think he actually has to touch the element. I think he can just change into it.
Oh, that's even better.
Right? Yeah. Is the Marvel character like the Absorbing Man, or?
I think that's who it is. I'm not 100% sure.
I know
that Agents of Shield show.
Right. It's so funny how like they all have like blatant ripoffs.
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. And like I have no idea in most cases like which one came first. Like you're like, are they ripping them off, or are they ripping them off?
Yeah, like Namor and Aquaman. Namor actually I think came out first,
I think maybe, yeah.
but Aquaman's more famous.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Or like the people with stretchy powers like Reed Richards or
Plastic Man.
yeah, Plastic Man, and Ralph Dibny has stretchy powers too.
Right.
And like I don't even know. I'm thinking because Reed Richards wouldn't have came out until the 60s, so I'm thinking maybe like the other ones are even older, but Reed Richards is definitely the most famous of those.
Reed Richards is so popular, but I've always thought like his powers are lame. Stretching and stuff, that seems lame to me. Like, yeah.
Only in the bedroom is it really?
Right? Yeah. That's why he's with Sue.
Right.
There's no other reason. His intelligence is probably his greatest power.
Right.
The stretching thing just doesn't do it for me. Stop Galactus by stretching.
I always wonder because there'll be those scenes like in the comics where like he'll stretch out as like a blanket and like catch somebody, But then like if I'm that guy being cut, I'm like, man, right now I'm like all over your like stretched out dick and balls. I'm like, I'm thankful for the save, I guess, but it's
musty over here. He just enlarges his sack only. He catches you with that.
Airbags.
Yeah. A big cushion for you, buddy.
But yeah, it's like I don't know. I do wonder about how the DCU is gonna go.